The longest playoff goal streak in Leafs history is 5. Right? So, you know, Andrechuk, the most recent player in 1993. So Nylander sitting at 4 can tie that, join some nice company there. But what do you think is different this time around for Nylander, right? Because we've always known the skill has been there. There's always been some inconsistency in his game as well. But why is it that he's just shining right now?
Well, what was the line that O'Dog was trying to find a few weeks ago? Will or skill over will. Remember, he was trying to sort that whole thing out.
Yes. Don't ask me. I'm the worst at that.
I don't remember what it was. I think I don't know. We're going to have a repeat of that segment.
If will over skill could out. So, yeah, you know what? I'm looking it up. Yeah. Please continue, and I'll look it up.
But the point is, like, that's always kind of been the thing. Like, when the playoff intensity ratchets up, or when the intensity ratchets up in the playoffs, he hasn't always been there to meet it. And it was just a matter of if he could just find, like, I don't know, 5%, 10% extra, it was going to be something, because the skill is just so exceptional. The way he sees the ice, the way he can shoot the puck, the way he can pass. Like, he just does so many things. And you're seeing in this series, like, the thing that always sticks out to me when he's going, it's like the second effort. Is he going to make that extra effort to make a play? And, like, there was a play, I think it was in the last game, or maybe it was game 3, where he just fights, like, a little extra harder to win a battle for the puck along the wall, gets it to the point, and the Leafs spend, like, an extra minute and a half in the Montreal zone. And it's just like, those are the little plays on the margins. If he makes those plays, when you add in the skill level that he has, he becomes, like he's talked about, a dominant player.
And the problem is how skilled he is. You want that all the time. Yeah. And he's the one who set his own bar. And it's a lot to ask a young player when his skill set is that abundant. And when Tommy Bergman was, it really came down to Tommy Bergman, who knew those players the best. And it was Nylander and it was Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers had played in Halifax. Some people like that about him, And that draft year, Willie Nylander had moved like 5 times during the year, 2 of which were to play with his father on the same team. So it was a whole weird dynamic going on. And, as they were trying to sort this out, the ultimate decision, and Tommy Bergman was heavily involved, the Swedish scout, was he very well may be the most skilled player in the draft. Yeah. And, and that could still prove out. I mean, as crazy as it is, his skill level is just that much. So when you saw glimpses of it, you were like, well, okay, we want that all the time.
Yeah.
And 19 and 20-year-olds don't have it. That's not, very few have it at a consistent level. They can show flashes of it, but when you see flashes, the flashes were at such a high level, but he wouldn't do anything around the flashes to convince you otherwise that it was going to be more consistent. The goal that he scored in the last game, he scored in the neutral zone, because he makes a defensive play below the goal line. Mm-hmm. Nick Suzuki's 10 or 12 feet ahead of him. He beats Suzuki up ice through the neutral zone. And that wasn't there before. Unless that was a gold-plated scoring opportunity, Willie Nylander's not putting the pedal to the metal through the neutral zone in the past. He's simply not. He'd wait, see how things developed in the offensive zone. If the nice place to go to was there, he would go there. Yeah. But now he's choosing to go there and creating his own path to get there, which... that's a pretty significant step.
Well, and Dave, I recall talking to you, and I don't remember the player, but you had kind of told me something along the lines of guys like him for like most of their hockey life didn't need to do that. Like he's just so exceptionally skilled that for most of his hockey career, that's probably not something he's needed to do. Like he could just go and score because he's just better than everyone else. And then you get to the NHL, and it's like, well, the regular season's one thing, but then the playoffs is like this totally different animal, and suddenly you have to adjust to it. And I think we sometimes get caught in the trap of thinking like a player at 22, that's what he is and that's all he's going to become. He's growing and he's learning, and now he's 25 and he's been in the league a bunch of years, and he has all these games under his belt and playoff games. And like, it's not always just Austin Matthews where they just come in and immediately they're just superstars. Sometimes it takes time, and I think we're seeing that with him.